By most accurate. Now your TV5 First Alert forecast.
Well, good Saturday evening, Mid-Michigan. We've got a pretty busy forecast going into the rest of the overnight tonight and into tomorrow morning with snow moving throughout the area. Let's take a dive right into that forecast and time it out for you. Here's a look at your sky tracker. Big picture for us. Snow starting to overspread Mid-Michigan. You can also see more of that snow to come back across the west there in portions of Illinois, Wisconsin, and Iowa. We'll watch that as we go through the rest of the overnight hours. Here's a look at your First Alert Pinpoint Doppler live from MBS. Zoomed in here. Most of that snow has already been concentrated down near Flint, but is gradually starting to move up towards the Tri-Cities. Moving forward, we'll watch this expand to include all of Mid-Michigan as we go into the overnight hours. So let's kind of talk about the ingredients we need to bake the cake of a heavy snow here in Mid-Michigan. We need it to be long duration, so usually that's 12 hours or more. For this event, we're going to be right around that 12-hour mark, so not really great for those higher snow totals, but we're right in that range. We'll have that consistent snow, though. This will be falling consistently throughout the entire night, and we'll have this snow that's heavy at times. It's not the heaviest snow that we've seen. It will be falling heavy at times, especially for the hardest hit areas. Temps will stay well below freezing all night long. Those ground temps will be below freezing as well, as we've already got snow on the ground. So that means the snow will be able to accumulate pretty quickly for us and in a short time, as we're only talking about 12 hours here of snowfall. So going forward in the forecast, this is the situation. We start out with the showers like kind of what we have right now. Eventually, we'll see that expand across Mid-Michigan as we go closer to 9 o'clock. Also note these temperatures in those mid to upper 20s. So again, pretty cold for us out there. And then we watch those heaviest snows start to move in. Keep an eye on places like from just north of Flint through the Tri-Cities, just north of the Bay. We'll have that snow all night. We don't have any breaks in that snow going into the rest of the overnight hours. By midnight, we start to work in the chance for some of that heavier snow, especially between Flint and the Tri-Cities there. So moving forward, what we're watching here is that consistent snow that's heavy at times for about 12 hours, especially for those areas just north of Flint to just north of the Bay. And that's where we're going to see that corridor of heaviest snow moving forward. It'll last into early tomorrow morning. Once we get closer to 5 or 6 a.m., we start to see the area of that heaviest steady snow start to move out. And eventually, we're going to be left with these showers on the back side of that. And going into the later morning hours, 8 o'clock, notice that we still have that the on-land flow there coming from Lake Huron. So a few of those showers potentially still moving through. And we'll have that chance going into the afternoon tomorrow as well. But those impacts are likely going to be felt throughout the day tomorrow, as we're going to have a pretty heavy snow. Here's a look at the numbers, and it's going to come quickly. And we're also talking it's a Sunday here, so road crews might not be out as in full of force as they would be if it was during the week. So we have that to keep in mind as well. Now, as far as the numbers go, we did do an update since this morning, and all that update really did was just narrow down these ranges a little bit. Felt confident and some higher totals here in the pink areas. We're talking 4 to 7 in this corridor of really it's a narrower corridor, but we're still talking about the heaviest snow being just north of Flint through the Tri-Cities to just north of the Bay, from our western counties all the way through the tip of the thumb. Just to the south and north of that, we're looking at 3 to 6 inches. So those ranges are still a little big, but there's some wiggle room in there. And then just to the north and south of Mid-Michigan, a little bit on the lighter end for those snow totals. Really think that heaviest snow will come right directly through the middle of Mid-Michigan for us. So again, traffic impacts are expected starting once we get into the overnight hours, really after dark for us, and then especially tomorrow morning when we have the snow lingering around. So plan on a few extra minutes of travel as you go into tomorrow. Now, the 7-day forecast, we hold on to winter, a few snow showers as we go into your Sunday, a few Monday, and then as we linger into the rest of the week, we have less in the chance for snow, a few light chances in there, but more so it's going to be those temperatures that are the bigger story there, in the low 20s, with Tuesday even down into the upper teens, so we won't even really be able to hit that 20 mark as we go into Tuesday. And check out those overnight lows in the single digits.
Stay with WNEM TV5 on air, on the go, and online for more news and weather updates.